Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got Jana and Jason Shelfer on the line with us. StartLivingLucky.com. How are you guys doing?
We're good, and thank you for the pronunciation.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. He did a nice job on that one. Like, where are you guys? You guys look very dressed up. Or did you just get done with a seminar? Are you doing like you're doing
We're
something?
in the middle of it. So we have it's lunch break here. So we've come out into the lobby of the Meyer Theater in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And you guys are
where we were.
I did for a moment.
and you guys are live. Like, are you educating people on how to live lucky?
Yes.
We are.
Oh, we've never got to catch them live in the field. This is great.
How'd you get a bunch of followers in Green Bay, Wisconsin?
So we were invited to be a part of the Rise Up 2023 conference.
Okay.
Rise up, Atlanta Falcons.
So how many of these conferences are going on throughout the country? Is it more than we think? Is there like a couple big ones? Like, there's like one podcast convention, maybe there's two, but
There's two. There are.
And then they're constantly traveling around. Is this the same thing?
What we're finding is the more we speak at one, then there's usually someone in the audience that says, hey, I run a conference. Like I run the She Can conference
In Chicago.
And so next thing you know, we're going to the She Can conference in Chicago. Well, the She Can conference in Chicago also goes on a tour.
Oh, wow.
And like they go to Sedona and then they go to
Cancun.
Or different
Or
places.
Baja.
They have retreats and they speak in
Cancun.
different areas.
Yeah, that's what
And
you guys
then
get on
that
and you
leads
do
to
the
Pow
tour.
Her. And they're usually the ones that we've been speaking at usually have to do with women empowerment. That's
Okay.
usually the avatar. However, we've been falling into the couples retreat.
Oh, I know what that means.
Yeah, I know what that means too.
I've seen the videos.
Yeah. I've seen it too. A lot of trust involved. A lot of trust broken too.
Uh-huh.
Tell me something. Do you guys ever, and I've always wanted to have a relationship that was good enough to do this, do you guys ever stand on the stage together and then grab hands and then and put each other's hands up? I'll never get to do that because I live in a loveless marriage, but
I've never grabbed someone's hand and put it up.
Yeah. I want to do that.
What if somebody won something? No,
Never
I think
do
you
that,
did
and we'll
at
get a
the.
picture.
I think
that
you
for
held
a
up the
wedding.
hand
I'm
for
a
the
lot
lady that
taller
made a
when I'm
sandwich. At
standing
the...
than Jana. But here, let's do it for them right now.
Oh, yeah. Do it right
Never
now.
mind.
Do it live.
For the podcast.
Yes. Victory in Jesus.
Now, who starts the lifting? That's what I mean. Like you both
The person
simultaneous?
that's in charge.
All
That's
right.
why I always live first.
Okay,
I'll make Andrea know, but that's why I'll never get to do it.
How for when these conferences come into town, like it's huge.
No, it's not like you act like it's like a circus.
People like
the conference is in town. The conference is in town.
Well,
Yeah, you got to plan it with the train schedule.
Yeah, exactly. You got to make sure the elephants
no,
are
but
fed.
people will travel. Like, let's say the conference is in Orlando. People will travel from DeLand. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Or
yeah.
like Daytona, and sometimes they'll stay in the
Yeah.
local hotels.
And they'll say things like, "I'm going to the big city to do me some business learning."
And then there's all this behind the scenes business that like no one really knows, where like the local travel like the government that they have a certain marketing budget to bring tourists into Orlando, and
they have a budget where they bring in speakers and they can bring in tourists and they have all sorts of
And business discounts. Like for the Rise Up conference, there are hundreds of businesses that have offered discounts for people that show their conference badge.
Hey.
So there's a lot of different benefits that come in with this. And I mean, people have come from Arizona. They've come from all over the United States to be in Green Bay. And I thought Green Bay would be a lot bigger. I mean, they've got an NFL football team. And I just kind of expected to see a bigger city, but the city in itself is beautiful. We've had,
but it's just small and basic, very basic and uninspiring.
But it feels good.
We've had fun while we've been here. We went to the Richard Cranium last night.
What is
the
that?
bar. Richard Cranium. It's I just got tickled because I saw a bar called Richard Cranium.
Why'd you yell that?
I just figured it out.
Sam's gonna cut that
I'll
out.
cut it out. I won't make her do that.
That completely blew past me. I'm still like cranium. Who named
Tom was asking what's a cranium.
You know what? My GD doctor went out of town, and my Adderall ran out.
I knew it. I knew it.
This makes so much
This
sense.
is what you should have told us.
Yeah. And
He's
then,
been running.
And I'm fine in the mornings, it seems.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Okay.
You forgot about the light bulb still. Look.
Oh, yeah.
It's dark in here.
So there's some consequences I'm paying when I getting my drugs.
Yeah.
My uppers, that fuels my
you
brain.
never forget your downers, though. I'll tell you that. Those White Claws are there. Never forget those. Dr. White Claw never leaves town.
And that's made to fight the uppers, and then so I got double downers, and then it gets real bad.
That's called the Elvis two-step, when it's up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Then eventually you have an aneurysm on the toilet.
Do you guys take performance-enhancing drugs?
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Does that get you going?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk. Okay, speaking of gratitude, okay. We've talked
You
about
don't
this
even
before.
know what gratitude is.
Yes, I do.
You've never journaled a day in your life.
Have you? Wait, whoa. You don't gratitude? Seriously.
Tom doesn't.
No, I don't.
He's not grateful for
Now,
anything.
I just talked. No, how dare you? Yes, I am.
What? Name one.
Yeah,
Oh,
she put you on the
Name
spot.
3 bands.
I like that.
3 bands.
She's doing the test. Sam's giving you the test. Name 3 things you're grateful for.
No,
Quick.
no.
Fast. Gotta be fast.
Listen,
And it can't be your boys.
Oh, what the hell? That's 2 of them. Can't include the wife.
No.
No
No gratitudes.
No. Okay. So
I think gratituding is the number one tool that will change anyone's life. It will change anyone's life. And I did a TEDx in what month was it? February. And I seriously think if you can be grateful, it will not only change your perspective, but if you can be grateful for the crap in your life, then that's when your life starts to just exponentially get better.
God only gives me what I can handle because I'm so damn fierce.
So I understand.
I don't know what that means. I just wanted to say it for some reason. I felt inspired.
So I've been looking at this lately because I realized
an empty bottle of Adderall.
No,
that's what you've been looking at.
Because I've realized that I'm like, the cleaner I eat and the more I exercise, the better I feel, right? And I'm like, that makes sense. It makes sense to me. Everything about it, I can quantify. Like, I can quantify losing weight. I can quantify gaining muscle. I can do more reps than I did 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all quantifiable to me. And so, and therefore, I'm like, I could see that I have less fat on my body. And
It's
like
always
working.
a physical thing.
Yeah, well, no, but it's not even a physical thing. I could see it, and I can
called physical.
quantify
It's
it.
tangible.
You can see it because it's physical.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I thought you meant like physically looking better.
Well, I mean, that too.
Which
Who farted?
tangible.
It smells like crap in here now.
Since I'm married, that part of it, looking better, I throw out the window.
Okay.
Because
You
I'm
don't
like,
care about that?
well, Crystal is stuck with me no matter how fat or skinny I am.
All right. That's a nice way to look at
who
it.
cares? Anyway, so then when it comes to mental health, that's where
You don't care about any of that.
Because
you are poisoned in the mind.
at the same, I understand the fact that our brains can be tricked and into working better, right? You can, I understand the real results,
Build back better.
the therapy results. I can understand the gratitude, doing some sort of gratitude journal or every single day, thinking about things you're thankful for. I can understand how that will then trick your brain, because your brain is...
Then why don't you do it?
Because I also think I'm too smart for it. Which is ridiculous, because I'm
You
not
didn't
smart
know
at
how
all.
to use your Google Calendar
I
just
can't
5
get no.
seconds ago.
That's the mental illness
I
of
wasn't
it.
even going to say that.
So if I'm going to quantify,
Yeah.
I
That's
already,
embarrassing.
but I know I'm not. But like, I think that's not going to trick my brain. I know
have
better.
an untrickable brain. You think you have an
Google
untrickable
tricked your brain.
I'm tricked
Tom,
all the time.
You just got your whole family certified in scuba.
Yes.
Well, not certified.
Well, not certified. We were really
They're doing a work around a legal thing.
We were really just taking our kids against the law.
They're
There's
too
no
young.
laws. There's no laws of the sea.
Yeah, there's no laws of
But
the
you
sea.
wanted to do this
Poseidon's
because that's
laws.
an amazing experience.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Right?
all about experiences.
Okay, so what if in your mind you were saying horrible things are going to happen? This is just, it's going to go horribly wrong. And all you thought were negative thoughts about that. But you know, that's an amazing experience. And it's going to change their lives. They're going to have an appreciation for underwater. They're going to see things that they wouldn't otherwise experience. So you have a very positive belief in what's going to happen there, right?
What the hell?
And you can take
I'm
that
sorry, he was
and
just-
put
he
that
has-
in any area of life, and it increases the optimum ability to build from it.
No, but
You're not even listening to him. You're just thinking of ways that your mind
Yeah.
can't be tricked.
Yeah.
No.
I
but
watched your brain switch
You're
off,
like,
and you were like, not going to
No.
be tricked, not going to be tricked, untrickable mind.
I understand what you're saying, Jason, but what if I just think like what will probably most likely in reality happen?
Probably
which
most
is,
likely reality.
No, I'm saying, like it's not going to be bad or amazing. It'll
I don't
just
know
be
how your wife deals with it.
exactly how it went, which is how I thought it would go. Which we went to the pool. It was hot. I was standing by the fence because it was so hot. And then we went in the pool, and the kids are like, "I'm cold. Let's get out." And they got out, and everybody was like, they forgot about it 2 days later. And then like we took some pictures. And, it's like it was fine.
They've never
It's
mentioned it again.
Okay. So if that's your perception of the experience, then that's what you're going to attract.
But that's what happened.
That makes sense.
Daniel was there.
I was there, but
we
I-
could call my wife and Andrea and I'd be like, "What happened?" They
But
describe what happened.
Did I like it more than you? Because I think I think people would have guessed I liked it more than him, just on the way I couldn't shut up about it. You
So
know,
what
Well, you never can shut up. So, that's who you are. I don't know.
That's who you
Well, I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna talk about it that often because it was like, oh, it happened. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it didn't blow my pants off. Like,
Hopefully not.
I wasn't crying underwater. Like I was like, oh my god, this is the best. And then my sons, they were like, okay, pretty good.
Did it move the needle at all?
Yeah, I mean, like it was Maisie. Like
Maisie loved it. She thought it was cool.
Yeah, but it was pretty cool. Like she's not
No.
drawing
No, it's not
pictures
a-
about it.
no,
or like
she's
You
not.
expect too much, I think, for
Well,
people's reactions.
Most parents do. Yeah,
but no, I didn't expect that. But it just happened. It was cool, and that's it.
It just was. It just was.
Yeah. So, but
I feel, this is my perspective. I feel that we get to a point in life where we hit this almost this ceiling where we start focusing on what is instead of focusing on the gratitude. I know you're thinking gratitude platitude, but when we focus on it just is what it is. It's almost the law of habituation. I don't know if that would even make sense, but it's complacency is what it is. You're hitting the complacency bubble. And when you hit the complacency bubble and you start focusing on, it is what it is, then you start attracting more, it is what it is. And when you start attracting more, it is what it is.
then
and that
everything becomes
a more,
it is what it is.
Habitual thing.
yeah.
But what if I'm already doing it without all the tricks? Like, for instance.
Not tricks.
Well, no, I mean,
Oh,
like.
you just made them mad. You called their stuff tricks. That's like
everything's a trick.
We had a juggler on earlier, Charles Peachuck, and he says, "So what's it like when you got your little toys in the air?"
No, I didn't say that.
He loves insulting the guests.
No. But so I understand, like,
Yeah, the
like,
tricks.
that you do certain.
You got to think of a different
Practices,
Yeah.
Practice. I don't want to call
It's
it practice.
Methodologies.
perception.
Okay.
It's perception in the mind. And so for you, if it's working for you, it's working for you. What happened to Jason and I is we got to a point in life where it wasn't enough anymore. It just wasn't enough.
You don't have any push or pull in life. You just
It didn't motivate us. It felt like, you know what? We were saying I have to go to work. I need to go to this party.
I should do
I should go hang out with these friends.
Instead
and
of
it
saying,
didn't-
I want to.
or-
That's how I live my
No.
life.
That is how he lives his
How about
life.
I
And
get
it
to? How about I
felt-
get
everything
to?
felt like a freaking obligation.
Yeah.
And we looked at each other and we were like, wait a minute, we need to change because we're
Everything
not
was a
inspired
God
from
damn it,
within.
you're right. I'm in a
Everything's
loveless
going,
marriage
oh my
and I'm
God.
out. I'm out. You hear that?
We
You
weren't
bitch.
we weren't living like our 6-year-old selves where things were exciting. Remember when you were little and it was like,
doesn't,
oh my God,
yeah.
I'm just excited.
You
to
can't
get
ask him
up.
the remember when you were little question. He
I'm
hasn't-
never excited.
Yeah. I was just going to say, like, I think maybe I get a little too excited about things, and then that's why our show works, and you get no excitement.
well,
so somewhere in the middle, we
And
get.
and it's all about, I mean, literally what we had to do was I realized that I had this pair of glasses on and it literally, I was seeing life through a distorted lens is what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I literally had to like take these glasses off and I had to rub them.
John Cena.
And the way
Yeah.
I did it was I had to get into a practice. I had to train my brain to start looking for the good in everything. And I know that sounds so meticulous, but I had to literally start saying, what is great about this cup of coffee? Well, it's not just the cup of coffee. It's the people who planted the beans and the people who worked the fields and
People who
the
tilled it.
fields in itself. And it's all the work that went into it so that I could enjoy this coffee and I could sit here at my nice house on the lake with my husband that loves me. And it was really like starting to appreciate those little things again so that I could appreciate the big things that I had built.
What do you think about
And
that?
it's super simple, but it starts compounding and it really just changes your chemistry and the way you think.
It's like when Jason would bring me flowers every day.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh, great.
Every week,
You know,
not
like-
every day.
Okay, well,
there's too
I
many.
I was gonna say, my God, look at this guy.
How do you
I
remember?
love
Do
these
you?
flowers. I love these flowers. They're so pretty. Well, after, a while, you're like, these smell nice.
Second year, she's
Yeah.
like, flowers again.
Yeah, I know. That's why I
Don't
grew my
even
bush
smell
back.
them. And it's the same with the turd. Like you drive by a cattle farm and at first you're like, oh my God, this smells like crap.
Yeah.
You live
But
by a
then
cattle farm.
You
2
live
weeks
by
later,
it, like I don't even smell it at all. It just
Yeah.
smells like a piece of crap.
but nobody comes to visit.
And then sometimes you have to smell the methane to get an erection.
Come on.
It's the only way you can do it.
So, like, in really, there's no way around doing these exercises. Like,
You want a shortcut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You
I
want a
think-
pill?
well,
a gratitude pill.
like,
Called
if I'm
MDMA.
talking,
Quaaludes or there's gratitudes.
well,
No more Quaaludes. They're all gone.
talking seriously, it's like there's no way around like exercise and eating healthy. Then if
You said Ozempic.
Yeah, there is Ozempic.
All
and
right.
now the generic version that just
You
came
want
out
brain
today.
Ozempic.
Yeah, I know what that is. What is it? Antidepressants. What is it?
Yeah.
What's the popular
Want
one?
some ketamine?
No, not the ketamine. The one everybody's on.
Zoloft?
Lexapro.
Zoloft. Yeah, can I
Yeah,
just
Lexapro.
and
There's a lot of 'em.
lorazepam.
can I just
That
take?
was my combination. I loved that one.
Yeah. Can you just take some Lexapro? But then
I mean, you could if that works for you.
But then it just evens you out. You don't have any highs. Like I want the highs.
Oh, no, I'm still manic, and I'm all over the place. I'm a wild man.
Whoa.
Well, the other thing is anything that you're taking is going to have side effects. So when you adjust your diet to really the things that naturally are available, and when you exercise the way you normally, or not the way you normally would, but the way the healthier way,
Yeah.
you're adding an energy and a fluidity to your life that is going to change yourself for the better. I mean, that's when I stop exercise, when I stop just going, and I don't exercise, I hate the gym. I'm not going to go to the gym just because I don't like it. It doesn't light me up. I don't know how to use the equipment. I've never been a gym person, but just walking around the lake or the retention pond in our neighborhood and thinking of the things that I'm grateful for, that's the way I move.
Okay.
And then push-ups.
There you go.
Like I'll do push-ups, I'll do gratitude, and every now and then I'll be like, I really should do a pull-up or a sit-up.
I usually do some water aerobics to some Mighty Mighty Bosstones with my pool noodles.
Can
There you go.
And it's if you do gratitude every day, how long before you'll start seeing some sort of results?
2 days.
Or
36 months.
It's rapid.
Yeah, 2-3 days. You'll notice it immediately. It's like an immediate shift. And if you stop doing it, I notice
You'll get morbidly
I start
obese.
smelling turds very, very quickly.
Yeah.
You can't fight it at all, though. If you notice that you've fought it or you've said, I don't feel it yet, you got to start over.
How many reps do I have to do? Give it like I do.
Okay, how many gratitudes?
Yeah.
You
like
got to do 41 gratitudes.
Okay, do it 3 sets of 5 gratitudes.
3 sets of 5.
I literally did just 5 a day, like 5 at night. And then I changed it because I was like, I want to change my whole thinking track. So I did 3 things that I was grateful for at night and then 2 in the morning. So when I woke up, at the end of the day, your brain's going, I have to come up with these 3 things. I got homework at the end of the day. And then when I wake up, I'm going to have homework in the morning. So my brain's always thinking of 3 things that I need before I go to bed and 2 things when I wake up that I have to write down. And by the time it just kicked in, I was like, it's always thinking of things to be grateful for to find.
Do I have to write it down? I hate writing things down.
That is not true. Look at all those papers.
Yeah. But that's to keep my notes of.
These are notes for your brain.
That's a stack of trash.
It is a stack of trash.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
there's hundreds of pens.
Can I rock it through my gratitude like a boat, truck,
Mental
money,
ink
friends?
is fast to fade.
You don't have
mental ink fades fast. So
Boat,
write it
truck,
down, and that way
money,
you'll remember
friends.
the things that you're grateful for.
In that order? Boat, truck, money,
No,
friends?
no.
He didn't even have his family in
I
that
know.
one.
He put friends
Well, he
last.
said I couldn't use my
Boat,
family.
truck, money,
You
friends.
said family was cheating. And
I
you just say
feel-
my
guys,
sons.
I think if that's the tell, if this is a study on humanity, boat friend. I mean, the order he put it in naturally is the real order, right?
No.
That's like
I
truth
think
serum.
money's first. but-
No.
Money, power, and
I mean,
respect.
you can't. It's all about the process of really, truly thinking about what you're grateful for, not just creating a list of the same. I'm trying
How
to.
long does he have to? Okay, let's take boat.
And it doesn't have to be a tangible thing either, right? It doesn't have to be a product.
Grateful for boat. Let's take
What
a
else
tangible
is-
one.
Oh
What
my
does he have to
God.
do? Does he have to go, boat, grateful, I'm grateful.
Phone.
Boat,
Oh, I like
grateful.
bravado.
Phone,
I like
phone,
TikTok.
grateful, TikTok, grateful.
Azure
Oh, I'm grateful for the fact that we have unlimited free porn.
Okay.
All right, that's one.
All right, there's one.
I mean, think
that
about
was
how
one real
awesome
one.
that is.
was one real one.
Like,
It's
like,
the
imagine-
only real one he has.
It never runs out. Sorry.
It does run out. It does run out. I'm out.
Here's a little something for you. We have like 6,000 little thought worms in our brain.
That's not
every
true.
day.
That's not true.
6,000 thought worms.
My God, I need to go to the doctor there. That's terrifying.
Right? And I think it's like 85% of those are repetitive. So we'll have 85% of those same thought worms tomorrow. So, and most of those are negative. So that's something to think about.
I
If
am
we're
filled with
constantly
negative
thinking-
thought worms.
Yeah, this guy's brain's rotten with
Yeah.
thought
I'm
worms.
100%
Rotten
negative
thoughts.
thought worm.
yeah. It's in there. How do
I
you
can
kill
feel
them?
them. I knew it. And the fact that you guys, I could feel them in there getting at me.
Yeah. Because no matter how much anything Daniel does to his brain, it is
Bad.
worm
It's
crazy.
all- it's all worms.
And I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's eating them
It's
alive.
Captain Crunch, only worms.
Well, it's about awareness, and so like I thought I was the most positive person in the world until I realized that every time I went to the water cooler or I met up with people for drinks, that I got caught up in complaining and I got caught up in gossip, things like that. So it's being aware of what the thoughts are that you're having, being aware of the conversations that you're having, and saying, okay, I need to stop this thought worm. And if this thought worm, if I can let it continue to grow, is it leading me to where I want to go, or do I need to kill that thought worm where it is and switch it around to go the other way?
Hold up. The only thing I have in common with my coworkers is gossip.
that's true.
Yeah.
On.
The only
We don't even have
way-
that in common because you don't know anybody in pop culture.
I'm joking. In general, that's what usually the only thing you talk to your coworkers about is about another coworker, right?
Oh, you mean like
or
other
the job?
we're only 3 people here.
No,
Everybody knows what happens
I'm
here.
saying
Most
in
people
normal
don't want to
jobs.
bond over their achievements.
Yeah.
Right. You're right.
Yeah. But it's so fun talking about how Sally's having an affair.
And her husband,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that idiot. He doesn't even know. What an idiot.
Sorry. Guys, we appreciate it.
Yeah. Good luck with everything and finishing out the conference. Congrats on that. That's really really
thanks.
cool that
We're
you guys.
excited.
We're so excited. We're launching a 6-month coaching program that ends in Belize.
There
Awesome.
you go. Wow.
You know, in all seriousness, I have been trying to focus on. Okay, I understand about the physical, my body, but the mental health.
You've done all the
aspect-
work. You're
No,
complete. So
no,
he's
no.
saying his transformation on the on
That-
the exterior is done.
it's never
He's going to concentrate on the interior.
It's never complete. It's a constant work in progress. But how to mentally get healthy is, I feel like, something that most people don't understand, and I don't understand it. But like the meditation, the gratitude, all the
we have somebody that can help us with that. Our next guest is a licensed meditation
all that.
genius.
It makes sense. It's proven to work, and I feel like a lot of people could practice doing that and could live a better life if they started implementing these tips and tricks that you guys have found out and have been practicing for years now.
And now
And
you
it's
say,
ongoing.
and that's my final thought.
You know, I need a final thought.
We got rid of Tom's
Thought
final.
worms.
Yeah, we got rid of Tom's final thought words.
And then I spit it out.
Guys, we got to go. We love
Thank
you.
you so much. We'll
Good-
talk to you later.
Yes.
StartLivingLucky.com.
There you
Bye.
go. All right, see ya. I
See you
think we were
guys.
making them late, and I think they had to. They're like, you're late. Get on stage. Get on stage. Get back there. We can't keep these suckers in their seat for too long.
I don't know why that's so hard for me. It's like, they
You don't
tell.
listen to anybody's advice.
Yeah, what they tell you. But I'll listen
Step
to
one.
I'll listen to like my personal trainer that's like, hey, do this many push-ups or do this routine, and that
Yeah.
computes with me. But the like, hey,
You're a physical challenge guy. You're not a mental. You're not.
I feel like a lot of people
A lot
are
of
like
therapists will give you homework to do.
Mine does.
that.
And there's
I-
actual
God.
EMDR. There's physical
Yeah.
therapy as well,
Yeah, I do
where
EMDR.
they interact a physical thing within it. You've
But
never given it a shot,
I'm
so
supposed
I like
to
doing
be
jumping
journaling.
jacks.
Yeah.
you can jump while you talk.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there might be something for that. There might be a shrink that like
You can
works
go on one
you
of those
out.
bro trips.
Hold on, that's not a bad idea. We may have. What
But
if there's a trainer and a shrink at the
There
same
definitely is,
time,
yeah.
and he uses you lifting?
I
as
do
a-
that. I get the value at my personal trainer. I talk to him the entire half an
That's
hour.
Chirp, don't you?
Okay.
And then I talk to I go to
Sam, it's like the only person he'll talk to is Michael.
medical massage place.
Have
I
you
went
ever met
yesterday.
Michael, Sam?
No, I have not.
He's like the nicest. Like he's literally the
But I tell him
sweetest
all my
man.
I get out, and then I
Oh,
talk to
that's
you
Well, that's
guys.
not fair to
man.
him.
Poor Michael.
He's not a licensed therapist.
But still, he has to be there in the room training
you
me.
need to pay him extra for that.
Okay,
Just
we
dump
gotta
it
go.
out.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Okay, bye bye.
Sorry, I just don't want
I'm glad
him
you-
waiting for us.
I'm glad you said that. Thank you. All right, let's go.
That's Tuesday 3,
Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wow,
20th.
we are in the future.
And then where do you want to put Jeff?
For Tuesday 4.
Okay, so we'll need 13.
Okay, that's fine.
That needs an edit. I'll edit Fuck. My front of my leg is numb.
The front?
Yeah, like the shin. My whole shin is like I can't feel. When I touch it, I can't feel it.
It's all nerve, it's old man nerve pain.
Yeah, it sucks. It's real bad.
My sister just went through that where she's convinced she had something serious, brain tumor, MS, and then they did the full MRIs, all the shit, and they're like, you got a pinched nerve. That's what's causing your left side to be numb, or because it's numb or whatever.
I definitely have a pinched nerve, but I've never had that numbness before. Man, that is not a pleasant feeling.
You're also focusing on it, so every single thing that's happening,
that's why doing the show helps. Like being in here and talking, like I'll forget about it. It'll go away. All right, there we go. Let's see if I can find Jeff. It is Jeff, right?
Yeah.
I got him. Jeff, let's see. Hey, can you see us okay? Oh, wow, he's in the studio.
I am.
Oh, wow, that's a great looking studio you got there, man. Hey, thanks so much for the time. We really appreciate you doing this and taking a little bit of time for us.
My pleasure, guys. Nice to be here.
All right. I am ready to go on my end. Mr. Van, would you like to begin?
Sure.
Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. On the line with us right now.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Do you think that this particular guest has rubbed elbows with more famous musicians? Probably the most.
Yep.
This might be the most famous musician we've ever talked to.
Foreigner's bassist, Jeff Pilson's on the line. How you doing, Jeff?
Well, I'm doing great, and yes, I have rubbed elbows with the best.
Yeah, but I mean,
who's got the ashiest elbows?
You're also part of the best. I mean, to be in Foreigner, to be in Dokken. I mean, first of all, like I knew you from Dokken. Like before I even knew that you were now and musical director and kind of minding the helm of Foreigner and kind of making sure that all things go well there. I have always been a huge fan of yours from Dokken, and it's just. I don't know. I'm geeking out a little bit to get the chance to talk to you, man.
Well, thank you, and that's very kind, and I don't take that lightly.
Now, Jeff, I just saw this, and it struck me as how does this happen? But you played the voice of Johnny Cage in the Mortal Kombat reboot, and how does that even come about?
Well, it was funny. Our daughter was about, I want to say, she was right around 4 years old at the time but before that happened. And what was happening is that a good friend of ours was a voiceover agent, and she had said, "Oh, your daughter, well, let's get her try do some commercials." She was very cute, and she spoke well. So she made a voiceover demo, and I took her there to do that. And while we were there, the voiceover agent said, "Hey, have you ever done voiceover stuff?" And I said, "Well, actually, I actually am very interested. I actually took a workshop for it in the early 90s because I was interested in it." She said, "Well, let's do something for you." So anyways, she ended up getting me this audition, and I got it. I got the part, wow. And there you go. Unfortunately, she got in a fatal car crash months after that and has passed away. So that was kind of my link to that world. So I never pursued it any further, but It was a great opportunity while it was there. Unfortunately, it had that tragedy kind of surrounding it that kind of discolored it. But yeah, that was a great experience. And I was as shocked as anybody that I got it.
Wow.
I mean, just going over your bio and seeing, not only all the great musical stuff you do, but, and this is something that's very important to me because I try to practice it, but I'm not. In recent times, I haven't been very good at it. Is I had no idea that you were into yoga and so into meditation. Like right now, I'm having some difficulties even getting I try to meditate every night, but lately it hasn't been working as well. And I'm a high anxiety guy. Yeah. When did you first get into like yoga, meditation, and how did you make something like that such an important part of your life?
All right. Well, I got involved. I started doing yoga. Well, it was 43 years ago. I remember it well. No, I'm sorry. It was 45 years ago. I remember it well. I was living with a friend who was at work. I was up at his house, and I was just doing push-ups, regular exercises. I'm 20 years old, so it's, I'm healthy and whatever. And all of a sudden I fall on the ground and I can't move. And I literally cannot move for 3 hours until he gets home from work. And he gets home and he finds me on the floor, and I guess I managed to get on my back or something, but I couldn't move. So I decided that day I was going to do something. And I remembered somebody had mentioned to me once that yoga would possibly be something very healthy for me. So I just started reading some books by a guy named Richard Hittleman, who I still think is just absolutely brilliant. And I started doing yoga then and there, right away, got hooked right away. First, I was doing the postures, and then over time became very interested in the meditation. And I still do it to this day. And I still find that my meditation is what keeps me centered on the road. It allows me to do all the traveling that I do, all the projects that I do.
You do so many projects, man. Like like all the different records you've released, and then the Heavy Hitters albums. I was looking at those and listening to them today. And then all the blog posts that you do and writing, and then teaching yoga, and then teaching meditation, and then doing it on Zoom. I mean, you're going, man. I mean,
Which reminds me, if you are interested in a virtual meditation class with me,
I am.
Go to Hot for Yoga SCV. Santa Clarita Valley, hotforyogascv.com. And there you can find the details about how to do the virtual meditation classes. There's also other virtual classes on there. So lots of stuff you can do, hot Pilates, yoga, vinyasa yoga, a bunch of things. So it's really worth checking out.
Do you ever get people that are just huge fans of your music that'll sign up for to take one of your meditations, and then at the very end they'll just be like, I'm sorry, but I love the music, love Foreigner?
No, that hasn't happened. I mean, I think some of the people that have signed up are fans, perhaps, but nobody has tried to exploit the classes for that.
No, that's good. That means they're taking it seriously. That's good.
So, Jeff, what's interesting, we were just talking about meditation and and the fact that I understand
it's a difficult practice.
I understand the possible benefits of it, but I can't commit myself to the discipline of doing it every day. And I understand that it takes a long time to master. But how long would you say that it takes to get good at it and then start seeing results from it? Sorry.
He knows.
He's low on his Adderall. He's
It's been out for 2 days.
My God.
You get results and a resort. So that's kind of true. Well, to answer your question, you're right. It does take perseverance. But what I find is the best way to get at it is, first of all, you have to try and find a dedicated time. Maybe it's right when you wake up, or 5 minutes before breakfast or whatever, but start with an established period of time and start small, start easy, start with 5 minutes. Just say, okay, for 5 minutes, I'm going to let all my thoughts subside. I'm going to slow everything down, and I'm just going to concentrate on my breathing and just be here in this moment now. Just doing that for 5 minutes a day, you will find your concentration will improve over time. I can't give you a time amount because it's different for everyone. And it really depends on how much concentration you're able to apply. But over time, it is absolutely proven that will work. And if you're patient and perseverance, you will find results.
And you've applied this. I mean, and again, I just want to mention Foreigner is going to be in town, West Palm and Tampa. You can get your tickets, foreigneronline.com, easiest way to grab your tickets. Please grab those. But this is something you've used over your life, and would you say that this has made you a better bass player, a better musician?
Absolutely. No question about it.
Could you give me an example of how you would use it, or would you maybe set an intent message in your brain of or just getting yourself or your mind in the right space to perform?
It's more like that. Basically, with meditation, all you're trying to do is, stop all the distracting thoughts from your awareness. You want to clear your mind. And so with a clear mind, you're able to concentrate better, which means, of course, you're able to play better, sing better, and perform better. So it's just that. It's just making your mind in a better, more conducive state to productivity and to peace of mind.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's the hardest thing for me, because I can't see the results like I could with working out or losing weight or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
of course.
And so
the objective is peace of mind. So, that's how you judge it, is how peaceful do I feel when I'm done with it. And that's why you got to give it a little time, but it's better to start with small chunks of time that are regular than like, okay, I'll do a half an hour, and then a month and a half later, I'll do 10 minutes. And what I mean?
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
5 minutes a day, 5 minutes every other day, whatever it is, if it's regular. Remember, we are retraining the mind. The mind is like a child. So you have to train it. It's like a wild horse that's been, left out, running around the prairie itself, but you want to bring it into the barn. You slowly feed it hay so that it's understands that it's okay to stay in the barn. You slowly do that. And then over time, the horse learns, okay, it's cool to be mellow. And that's what we're doing to our mind. So yeah, it's patience and perseverance, and you can't expect results, but over time, if you feel the peace of mind happening, you'll know that. And that's the proof of result.
Man, you have a great, I would definitely sign up for one of your classes. I love the way you explained that. That was lovely. That was really good.
Hey, Jeff, have you ever seen someone their mind is too wild for it to ever come to the barn? And you're like, this horse is crazy.
I haven't had that many students, so no, I haven't run into somebody like that. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there's plenty of people that will never take to meditation, and that's cool. That's their thing. But it's only for those who are attracted to it. People that meditate don't like to, preach, so to speak, unless asked about it. So, but if you're interested, then there are places to go to find out about it. If it's something that's not for you, then okay.
Have
cool.
you seen though, as like, because you're in such a world that's sort of known for, like the not healthy stuff, right? Rock and roll is,
and I've done my share of that.
Oh, I'm sure. And have you found that your practices, your flexibility, your yoga, your meditation, and you doing that has like maybe naturally, just because, again, you're not going to preach it to people, but have some of your contemporaries seen you doing it and then been inspired to possibly do it for themselves?
I think so, yeah, to
That's
mild
cool.
degrees. I mean, I have a pretty dedicated practice. It's a very important part of my life, both my yoga, the postures, and the meditation. And nobody's as dedicated as I am, at least in the band or crew. But I think that they've seen me do it, and they know the results. And I think they have their own little routines that they do, and that's great.
That's awesome, man. I love that.
Jeff, do you think, I have this theory that because of smartphones and everybody has a device in their pocket, basically everybody, that in the past, before this, I feel like people naturally kind of meditated. They didn't even know they were meditating when they were just sitting on a bus or in a car or like when you're on
a tree,
road trips or whatever, because you didn't have anything to look at. So your brain was left to like wander or think about something or concentrate. And now any spare moment we have during the day, we just immediately go to our phone, swipe, and we're just inundated with information and stuff. And I feel like that's probably making our brains sick, right?
I'm not an expert, and I'm certainly not a medical guy, but I would say that there's a very good chance of that. It sure seems logical to me that you're not giving the mind a rest when you just constantly have to feed it stimuli. Because, it's not that we don't get enough stimuli, right?
Yeah.
We get plenty. So yeah, I think that's a point. Again, not an expert, but sure seems like logical to me.
Yeah, I mean, because anytime you're like, our human brains weren't meant to be stimulated every second of the day, like
and it's also artificial, right? It's not even real stimulation.
I fall into the trap of when I wake up in the morning, I grab my phone and then I'm in the bathroom. I'm like,
everybody does,
immediately checking my email and looking at to see if our BDM page had melted down or whatever, and then it's like, I'm like, man, I should give my brain a rest here because I think this is, I'm causing damage here.
Yep. Well, your words, not mine.
Gotta meditate.
And then I'm trying to teach my kids, like, I really want to teach them healthy brain habits.
Did you teach your daughter to do all of that? Did she?
Well, actually, our daughter, teaches yoga at my wife's yoga studio.
Oh, that's awesome.
My wife has a yoga studio, and yeah, she teaches yoga and Pilates. She's not as like looking at it seriously for a career. It's just something she did because she was in the household and kind of picked up on it. But yeah, it's part of our family, that's for sure.
That is really cool, man. That is neat.
So, and again, Jeff is doing Foreigner's farewell tour. Is going to be in West Palm, and then also Tampa as well.
The Tampa area, foreigneronline.com.
So to talk about that, Jeff, when you do a farewell tour, and I've seen this with other bands, they do a farewell tour, and they're like, all right, we'll do it one more time.
One more farewell.
yeah. And I feel like it's like you never play. If people want it, then you always have the option to do some more. But you think this is it?
Well, the current plan is to go to the end of 24 right now. You know, that's sort of what we're looking at.
So it's a long farewell, but it's a farewell.
It's a long farewell, but yeah, which means it's not open. That's not the last time you'll see us in Tampa. I can pretty much guarantee. In fact, I've seen a booking in 2024.
Perfect.
Okay, I know we'll be coming back, but yeah, I mean, you know, listen, it's a bittersweet notion. I mean, the band is feeling great right now, you know, but the idea is to go out while we're still on top. And certainly for Kelly Hansen, who has to sing these songs, that's not an easy chore.
No.
He's been doing it for 18 years impeccably. So I can see where he'd like to slow down and not have to do that as much anymore. So I think those are a lot of the considerations. But you know, we're going to miss it. No question about it.
Yeah, I remember when you guys had the residency, right? Like that was neat. Like were you guys like one of the first bands to do that?
No, but we're doing 2 residencies next year in Vegas. We're doing one at the beginning of the year, starting at the end of March, like we did last year. And then there's going to be one at the end of next year too. So
that's cool.
Yeah. Love those residencies. Love that.
Yeah. I mean, a captive audience, man, everybody's there. And I feel like the vibe, because it's a party town, I feel like people are there to be entertained. They're not going to have somebody falling asleep. You know, I feel like
it's just an amazing sounding room in there too, which is great.
Well, that's really cool. Well, hey, thank you so much for the time today, man. We really appreciate you giving us
guys.
some time.
This has been great. I'm really glad we got to do this.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
And we'll see you when you pass through Tampa, okay?
You will see me very soon. All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jeff.
Take care. Wow, we could talk to a lot of older rock and roll musicians.
Yeah.
And they're all like really
Veterans, yeah.
sweet.
Yeah. Well, they've been doing it so long. I mean, you know, like saying like
I want a mean old one.
Yeah, I want a mean old man.
he probably
Tells
doesn't.
them, "Shut the hell up."
They probably don't agree to do the interviews.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
I want him to agree.
I do
and then
want
to
one.
get on here and
They
be
gotta
like,
get the nicest one
I'll
from the
tell
band.
you,
He's like,
Peter
what kind of
Fonte.
questions are these? You
Peter
idiots.
Font, when I first saw him, when that image popped up, he's sitting in his kitchen. I was like, the old man from Up is going to yell at us. It's an old man from Up. He's going to yell at us. Is there a new Up movie coming out?
I don't know.
Oh, well, there's nowhere to go from here.
No,
I'll ask EJ.
No,
I
it's
guess.
about the dog.
Oh, God. Anyway, all right. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Where's that guy?
God damn it.
Oh yeah, there is one coming up, but it's about.
Tuesday.
That's Tuesday 4.
Tuesday 4.
What is it? 15 minutes? No, 16 minutes. 16. No, it's about the old man.
Oh, is he there?
Yeah, it's Carl's date. He's moving on.
Oh my God, he's going. Oh, I can't watch that. He's going on a date. You're supposed to die with her. Oh, I can't watch that.
You have to-
We
yeah.
should talk about that. That's funny.
I thought you stay up on the mountain where your balloon house landed and you die in there.
Yeah, 'cause
and your
she's
body
dead.
stinks and your dog eats you.
God damn.
It's the funniest thing you've ever said.